MiniWarGaming Speed the Cooler Bat Rap.
Here we are in turn 3. The the Dark Elves, rather. I keep confusing those. So the crossbowmen move up. They take a few pot shots at some skeletons, do nothing. But here's where it matters. The knights charging in. They go first, hitting on 4s because Cetra's weapon skill is 7 and he gives it to nearby units. But they are strength 6, so they just crush those back ranks. Then we used the mounts attack next because it really didn't matter. They attack the same time as the Tomb Kings. And they also do 2 more wounds. Now the Tomb Kings attack back. They've got tons of attacks, but they don't have the charge, so they're only strength 3, so 4 is to wound, but I have a 2-up armor save, so I only lose 1 knight. Then combat resolution kills them because they're unstable. We overrun and hit the back of these chariots. So this is it. This is the combat. Whether or not it's win or lose here. Knights hit them in the back, but we wanted to make sure to see if Morathi goes down because she is a 400-ish point model. And they attack. She attacks, the Hydra attacks. It's really just a matter of time here because the Hydra just crushes the Prince, or the Caster rather, level 2 mage. Then they attack Morathi, Morathi attacks back, there's only 1 left, and he loses combat. But Morathi died there. I apologize, that wasn't really well done there with the clips, but Morathi died, she's just under Pegasus. Impact hits here, do 16 wounds and kill all but like the entire back row of spearmen. The knights then go next. They attack and kill one of the chariots outright. Then the 2 nobles that are in there, the standard bearer as well as the one in the middle, attack. One has to hit Cetra because of the way he's positioned, and Cetra makes his ward. And the other one did a wound, I believe. And then all the spearmen attack. These are the ones that are against Cetra. They need 4s to hit re-rolling, and then 6s to wound. They do get 1, and he fails a save. So spearmen can do what their nobles can't. So Cetra's down to 1 wound. Now the spearmen on the edges are attacking the unit. Now they need 4s re-rolling. They get 2 wounds and 6s again. Oh no, 5s for them. They're not as tough as he is, and they do a wound on them as well. The Hydra's whips, their handlers get to attack. Now they need 4s to hit. They only have 2 attacks because even though they have a Beastmaster Scourge and a close combat weapon, it's counted in their profile. So they have 2 attacks, they attack. Here we've got Cetra attacking now. Back rank dies. 4 spearmen go down. The Hydra attacks. He uses his breath weapon. Gets a solid 7, and then attacks with the basic attacks, re-rolling to hit. Tons of wounds, and those back are gone. This is Matt's hand signals about what that means, but they do get to attack because this is at the same time. They swing at the Cold One Knights and do nothing. They swing at the Hydra, and we remembered that they have their horses that get to attack, but it didn't work. Then they swing at the Hydra. Couple attacks, couple hits, 1 wound, fails his normal save, fails his regen, so he's down to 4 wounds. Then the other ones attack the spearmen up front, 3s to hit, 3s to wound, 5-up save, and that kills. Actually, that was at the noble, the battle standard bearer, because he was right on the corner, so they could aim for him. And then the other one attacks the unit and kills another elf. So these guys, they move up. Or no, actually, I apologize. This is the horses attacking. So here we go. We've got the ponies attack. They actually do just enough wounds to kill his standard bearer and do a wound on his champion. So in the end, they failed. They lost combat by 1 because of my musician. His other knight, Tomb Kings, they needed a 10 to charge. They charge right into the back of my cavalry. He goes for magic. No one gets their channel. He goes to use Vengeance. It minus his D3 movement from a target, and he casts it boosted way over on my Hydra. He just throws dice at it because he wants to explode here. It slows it by 1, but he does get a 6, which is a strength 10 hit on everybody under that template. So he blows up most of his own unit. So nearly all of the skeletons die, and he does a wound to his Hierophant, but it does also hit my knights, who are armor save 2-up. So here we go, and 3 of them die, just like that. And one of them was the champion. I tried to do a lookout, sir, but he failed. They throw a catapult over at the Hydra, but it misses greatly. Here we have the knights going first. One of them takes a swing at the Hierophant, hits him, wounds him, and he fails it and dies. So his Hierophant's done, so they're going to start falling apart now. The other cold one takes a swing back at the unit and does a wound, and he fails his save, and he dies as well. Then the noble attacks Cetra. He's got 2 hits and no wound. Oh, he did 2 wounds because he's carrying a halberd. The unit attacks. They need 6s to wound. They get 2 more wounds. He fails 1 and fails the other one, so he's down to 2 wounds. So spearmen can do what their lords can't. The Hydra's whips attack. They need 4s to hit and 6s to wound, which they get that as well. Fails the armor save and fails the regen, so he's down to 1 wound now. The other spearmen attack the regular chariot. Then Cetra attacks, though. 4 hits, 4 wounds, 4 die. That's that. The few skeletons at the back miss. The other chariot attacks, lots of attacks between them, and more elves die. The Hydra attacks from the side though. He's got his attacks, 4 wounds right there, fails all of them, and Cetra dies, just like that. Cetra does get to curse the Hydra though, and do a bunch of wounds here, but he does make his regen against the multi-wound and then loses one anyway from one of the other saves. But the end of combat, we won by 1, so he loses a few guys, but the answer test for unstable. All but 1 of those are gone. The catapult blows up. There's 1 chariot with 1 wound left, and Matt gives up. So here we are, end of Tomb Kings vs Dark Elves, 2,000 points. Happy wargaming.